Hey, it's Quest for Gear. What is poppin'? We are going to do some mixing today. We're working on a BluIgloos single. That's an A side and a B side. So we're going to do some mixing. I'm hoping the camera can see everything that's going on. This session's not been open since 2010 apparently, and so you can see all these old Waves plugins barfing. Not going to load. It isn't because I don't own them. I do own them. It's just when you open an old session that you haven't opened for a while, Waves moves on, different versions. Well, these are the old versions. It becomes a mess. It's very annoying. So whatever mix I had going back in 2010, it just ain't going to be here in its entirety this time. So let's see what we got here. I'm just going to analyze one of these. I'm in Reaper, by the way. Going to analyze one of these tracks. 2008. So this particular track that I just clicked on, which looks like it was a kick drum, it was 2008. I did take a little peek around in here before I opened it. Got all kinds of little parts. We got all these DNUs. DNU bass, DNU special, DNU chime, DNU cam 5. Now you say, well, what's a DNU? It's just DNU do not use. So there's a bunch of do not use down here. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already copied this folder, so I can do anything destructively and it's not going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these DNUs. Go ahead and remove that. Yeah, my friend, he wanted to release this song called Free, and he was going to do it under my band, Observatory Watchtower 1. And the more that we... he wrote a song called Free, and I wrote a little scratch song also called Free. We just both happen to have songs called Free, roughly. He had a more materialized song, and I had a little demo I was calling Free. And so we took his Free and my Free, and we jammed them together, and we had this song called Free. 2 different songs. And I said, well, he's like, well, you release it under your band name, Observatory Watchtower 1. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense because it's mostly your song. Okay. So they said, we need a B-side. I said I'd write one. Well, I haven't written one yet. So I said, we still need a B-side. He says, what about this song, The Dead Have No Regrets, that we recorded back in 2008 under his band and some friends of mine, the BluIgloos. I said, okay. But I said, this is so much not my song now. I contribute so little to this. Anyway, let's just hit this real quick. Looks like there's a little intro there. I'm just going to do a quick clean the project directory. What that's going to do, it's literally going to trim out all the crap that ain't here anymore. Just makes the folder smaller, save some hard drive space on my external drive here. So between Free, which he mostly wrote, I just have a little part in, and The Dead Have No Regrets as the B-side, this has become a BluIgloos single, which they haven't put anything out since probably 2008 or 2009, 2010, somewhere in that. So it's exciting, but I got to remix this thing. And you can see over here, I got Precision Busmaster compressors not loading. My L2 Waves is not loading. It's because this session is so old. Now, if I hit, for example, this Q1, sure, Waves can figure that out with the newest version. Anyway, we're going to mix this thing. I'm going to try not to yap so much. We got to find the beginning of the song, I think is the most important thing. Let's hit the beginning of the song. So I'm going to go up to the timeline here in Reaper. I'm using Reaper. I'm through my Apollo Twin, and I've got the Yamaha HS8s here that I'm monitoring through. And I've mixed this thing before, so I should be able to mix it again. Have I released this song before on something? I'm not sure. This could be on the BluIgloos CD. Anyway, let's hit it. We're going over.
Young hearts, make sure you dance. Find a lover and burn yourselves in romance.
All right, my friend Craig there is vocal. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing the LA610 preamp on that because it was very rich, very nice sounding preamp, and I believe I can hear that LA610 on his vocal. You can see these tracks down here are just chimes, literally just chimes. Let's just check these out really quick. Let's hear what these chimes are all about. Yeah, 4 tracks just for that. You know, the old days, they would have made sure those were just on 1 track, you know, but it is Reaper. It is a DAW and a computer, so we've got lots of tracks to work with. Let's try to find the beginning of the song. Right there. Now, there's a little bass fart there. It's not that. It's the guitar right after. Let me just see if I can turn this up a little bit. So I don't like what the bass does there. We may even do an art move here, and see, mixing is technical and artsy, right? The art move would be to potentially maybe not bring the bass in until a certain spot. Let's just hear the purple's the bass. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah, so there's no reason for that bass to show up until the drums show up. So I'm going to click that here. I'm going to delete that out. And, we may find a lot of other instruments don't need to show up until then either. Let's hear when that kick drum finally shows up. Okay, so there's the very first kick. So all this green here does not need to be here. I just don't need it. I don't need the kick until I need the kick, So let's zoom up into this wave. The S button on the keyboard is slice. And so now I've sliced that kick right up. So let's watch the song flow into where the kick happens. So we're already sounding cleaner. Let's solo this drums out. Looks like we got a mono. I'm gonna kill this. I know that we don't need that. Looks like we got a mono, probably a condenser overhead. Let's hear this. Okay, so there's a lot of room there. I hesitate to kick that to cut that out. We might need that, but I am going to drill into this snare, and I'm going to slice this snare out until the first snare hit. Okay, hit that. Let's first snare hits right here. Let's listen to that. Good. All right. We already know that we've sliced the bass until we need it. Makes me wonder who played bass in that band. I don't know.
Make sure you...
All right, Craig's vocals don't need to show up. A lot of room there. A lot of room. That's not his vocals. That's his guitar. Why does it say it's his vocals? That's clearly his guitar. So we're gonna fix that renaming. I'm gonna call it GTR for guitar. When does that come in? False start. Okay, I'm gonna clip that out. We just don't need it. Unless I decide later I want it. I doubt that. I'm gonna actually pretty abruptly. You see, that was a pretty lazy chop I just did. I don't care. I want it because I got all that room. So let's hear that. Already sounding cleaner. All right, the next track here, this one. Let's turn it a different color because it's a different guy. Let's grab a track color. I don't know. We'll throw that into red. Give me some red. I don't always color tracks, but I'm just doing it for the sake of the YouTube video. So we've got, this one's called SM58 Cam Cherry. I don't know what the cherry means. All right. Cherry amp, I think. Yeah, so I think the cherry was this little Sherry amp. Let's just see in the context. He starts way before everybody for some reason. Let's hear that. Now, I could decide to be real artsy and like, oh, I want to leave that little bit of noodling in at the beginning, but I don't want it. I don't think it's the right move. So I'm going to delete and delete. All right, let's talk about this blue wave down here. Oh, there are canvas waves. Oh, over here. Okay. Let's talk about this blue one here called Craig. This is his first vocal come in.
Young hearts, make sure you dance.
So just a note too, I'm able to play this stuff right now because this isn't released on CD Baby and all that stuff. Once we put this out on CD Baby, this YouTube video will then retroactively copyright strike me, which is such a kick in the pants because my friends own this song, wrote this song. I'm going to put it on CD Baby. Basically, I'm the publisher, I guess. I'll own the copyright, and if it's a big hit, then the money comes to my CD Baby, and I give it to those guys. Is how this will work, unless they want to release their own shit, stuff on CD Baby, which they can do if they want. But I'm going to end up doing it for them. So later on in the future, let's say 3 months down the road, when I play this, this plays, CD Baby will then kick me in the butt for this song, and I'll get a copyright strike on YouTube. So stupid, but that's how this works. They just, between CD Baby and YouTube, they're not smart enough to do their homework. They just go ahead and go, sorry about that, can't use that song. It's just like, why don't you do your homework? Anyway. Oh. Come on.
Ooh, 'cause soon you'll be a ghost. Oh, you're never gonna get it back. You're never gonna get it back. You're never gonna get it back.
See my waves? My L2 waves is conked out. I'm going to take it off because I really don't want a limiter on here. How do you do that on a Mac keyboard? Okay, it's start button. And okay, I'm going to take the precision bus why is it giving me a problem? Oh, because I don't have it. I should have that on. I'm going to turn precision bus compressor on, and I'm going to put it to my favorite preset, which is Master Rock. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to do that. No, it's squeezing the heck out of it. The problem I'm having here is I'm going to have Todd Tobias master this. So I do not want to squeeze the heck out of this song before Todd can get it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to grab from here to here. That's all 20 tracks. There are 20 tracks. And I'm just noticing right now there's no reverb bus for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to grab all 20 tracks. And I'm going to just drag all of them. Oh, why did that not work? Grab all of them and drag all of them down, 3 decibels. Like I said, I just don't want to squeeze the heck out of this. And then give it to Todd and go, hey, fix my squished mess. He needs headroom to do his mastering. So we've trimmed all the tracks nicely. We get an idea where this song starts. It starts right here. Okay, I'm going to do a Command 1, which is going to drop me a marker right there. And I really quieted everything down. That's okay though.
Young hearts, make sure you dance.
So Craig's vocal's way too high. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make a new track. I'm going to grab myself a plate reverb because we just don't have a reverb bus right now. And I believe that we should have one. So what is the plate reverb called that UA puts out? Oh, dang, yeah. If you don't know what it's called, then you don't get it. Oh, man. I've used it so many times. Plate. Like, how stupid that I can't search plate. They have one called Pure Plate. That's not it. Well, you know what we'll do then? Screw it. If I can't find the Universal Audio Pure Plate Reverb or whatever can't remember what it's called. Let's just use the Abbey Road. We'll use the Abbey Road stereo plate because it's here, you know. And I am going to start at a preset. I want a, let's see, FX keys, percussion, snare. I just kind of want like let's go for a drum room. All right. And then we'll just kind of put stuff through there. So track 21 way down here is my, we'll just start there, right? In fact, I can throw the snare, which is here. I'll throw the snare in here right now. And we'll just isolate that and see what that sounds like. So throw that over to 21, which we're going to call plate. I like to have a reverb bus going. You guys probably do too. I think that's pretty normal. Some of you run a reverb and a delay. I don't run a delay on its own. Not mixing girl pop. But, all right. Snare. Let's hear that snare through that reverb. Not what I was thinking. No, not what I was thinking at all. Can't I just get a really good room? Give me a large plate. Way too large. No, I don't like that at all. I don't even like the sound of the plugin, to be honest. I just wish... Okay, let's go down to Universal Audio, and we'll see if we can find the name of that stupid reverb. Is it called like 102? Like, it's got some number that I'm supposed to memorize. Like, am I really supposed to just memorize the number, you know? This is the problem with Universal Audio, is they list every dang plugin they have. I don't even own most of these, and you still got to put up with it. It's ridiculous. Real Verb, it's not that. Oh, man. And now I'm wasting my time and yours. The 610, the preamp. I don't know. Can we do this based on... Here, I'll search... This should be all the reverbs that are on my computer. Pure Plate, Real Verb. It wouldn't be called Pure Plate, is it? No. Which is weird, because I don't even think I own this. Let's just see. Give me a room. Drums, bright, long, dark, short, best of. Give me a short, tight and bright. All right, let's hear that. Give me a short, tight and bright. Geez, that sounds a lot like the Abbey Road one. Where are we at here? Pure Plate, Real Verb, Pure Plate Reverb, Wasted Space. Oh, here it is. It's the EMT. This is what I wanted right here. Okay. And I'm going to go, I don't know. Give me the Plant Plate B. Just give me a starting point. Now let's hit that. Hear what that snare sounds like there. I don't like any of these. I don't like any of these. I don't like that. I think I can work with that. The preset I grabbed was called Empty Plate, and I just grabbed Plate B, which is sort of like, one of these is really bright, one of these brighter, darker, and middle, so I just grabbed the middle one. I do want to make sure the the input filter's on, so it's at 90 hertz. That's good, so that my lows don't get in there. All right, let's just start there. Let's take some of this send out. And this video is getting a little bit long, so I might stop this. Let's just hear what we got so far of this mix. Obviously, we can let this video run long. Let's just go. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw some drum overhead into the mix. You'll see me do it. I'm going to into the reverb. You'll hear and see me do it, and then I'm going to take some out. So here we go.
Young hearts, make sure you dance. Find a lover and burn yourselves in romance.
If you don't want a lot of reverb, but you want there to be reverb, what I do is I slide it in until you can hear it, and then I slide it back. It's still going to be there. You just can't hear it. And you're like, well, why would you do that? Well, you still want this to sound like it was a band in a room, right? In this case, these guys were all in the same room back 2008 or whatever when we recorded this stuff, 2005, 6, 7, 8, whenever. But, you know, you do overdubs and one guy's in a vocal booth. You want it to sound like a band in a natural space, or maybe you don't. But that's what I want for this record. So that's why I'm putting them all through the same record. So the reverb. So even though it's the drum reverb I'm setting right now, I'm going to use the same reverb for everybody. The vocal, the guitars, the percussion, the drums, but I'm not going to put the bass guitar or the kick drum through it. I just don't do that with reverb. Artistically, maybe you could, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm again going to play this. I'm going to crank that plate, and then I'm going to crank it back. My Bluetooth keyboard kicks in here.
Young hearts, make sure you dance. Find a lover and burn yourselves in romance.
Because I like what I'm hearing, I'm going to leave the reverb on the drum overhead up more than I normally would, just because I do like what I'm hearing there. So the BluIgloos, the three of them, they may disagree. They go, listen, don't, 1980s are drums, in which case I'll go, okay, let me go back into the mix. I'll take it out. But I was liking what I was hearing there. I'm just going to leave it right there. Of course, the kick drum gets no reverb. So let's just hear the kick, the snare, and the drums together. A lot of bleed there. That's okay. There's a lot of guitar bleed. That's okay. I see the kick. I'm compressing the you know what out of the kick with this R bass. If I didn't have it, it would sound like this. Wimpy. So this R bass is doing wonders on the kick. Really pumping that kick up. I'm just gonna check my my Q1 here. It looks like I'm high pass, low filtering the right at 40 hertz. That's okay. And then this one, the overhead, I'm doing it about 80. That's okay. The snare, I'm doing it at 75. That's okay. I low pass pretty much everything. Just, you know, if a bus or a UPS Pure Later shipping truck goes by your house, that rumble of the street will get on your recordings, because that's how sensitive, you know, the preamps these days are, the microphones. And, you know, I'm in my house, I'm in my basement, right? Especially back then, I was in a different basement in a different house. So you want to low pass this stuff out. If you don't believe me, ask Jeffrey Daking. You know, he puts low pass or high pass filters on all of his preamps, and that's why, because he knows we're recording at home. Let me hit the save button here. Let's just listen to these drums a little bit more. Okay, so that's a little bit too much reverb for me. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna slide this reverb back a little bit. Okay, I think that's a good balance of having reverb and having dry drums. And yeah. Now, what is this here that this kick just is lonely by itself? What is that? Barely hitting it. Well, let's listen to it in the context of the song. I don't know what this is all about. Okay.
Whatever kind of life that you've lived, it makes no difference once you live.
So these little kicks are kind of here, but kind of not. I could pump the heck out of them. I don't want to. I want them right where they're at for this. We just solo those out. Yeah. That's it. Can we get some more room mic out of this? See if we can. Yeah, that was a good move. There's this little guitar hit. We're gonna leave that in. Who was that? Was that a Craig guitar or a Cam guitar? Looks like that was a Cam guitar. Don't fade nothing out. Don't fade nothing out. Let's see. Okay, I don't want that though. Perfect. There's just this little shadow of a guitar back here. I want that in for the end of the song. Good. Okay. How does Reaper? You should maximize. There we go. How does the rest of the song look for the ending? Okay, good. The ending's pretty tight. Let me do a quick save here. This mix is coming together. I think you gotta realize is that, like, I've already done this mix, right? Like, most of this stuff is fine, so.
Plans, fresh starts, it begins again. Just remember we all rot away in the end.
Craig's got some nice saturation on his voice. We've got the 1176 working on him as well as the LA2A. So he's got two compressors.
Plans, fresh starts, it begins again. Just remember we all rot away in the end. Fall apart, pick up the pieces and then.
Now, I can hear the compressor, but I'll tell you, I don't mind it. Some people might not like that. I like the compression on his voice. I'm going to throw Craig, which is his blue track here, I'm going to throw him into the reverb and see where we get. So,
Young hearts, make sure you dance. Find a lover and burn yourselves in romance. Wild hearts, let's take a chance before you burn out and forget your plans.
there. So Craig's in the reverb, but not much. Let's take his guitar and throw that in the reverb. Again, you might be saying, well, why are you doing it, but you're not letting us hear it in the reverb? Well, it just needs to be in the reverb. If you can hear it, it might be too much. I mean, I'm not mixing some 80s thing, you know. All right, Cam Sherry amp. We need that in the reverb.
Make sure
Whoa.
you dance. Find a lover and burn
little compression on that bass. Oh, what the heck just happened? I said, why is Reaper being an idiot? All right, give me a little compression, would ya? Give me some LA2A. You're not gonna give me an LA2A, oh, because I got the reverb on. I'm an idiot. This is a dog's breakfast. I remember Pro Tools being easier to find effects. But anyway, LA2A, give me the Legacy. Now give me the Silver. She's rattly. I was kind of hoping it would soften it. I don't like it. Actually brought it forward. Get rid of this thing. I need a compressor. I want to soften it if I can. I mean, I want it compressed, but I want it softened. Let's try this Red 3 compressor. See what it does. Oh yeah, it's one of these. Not registered. Blah blah blah. Okay. We'll forget it then. We just won't use you. You know, if you're gonna be a pain in the butt. Give me another compressor. Ooh, the Shadow Hills mastering compressor. Oh, we got a Fairchild. Yes, let's do a 660 Fairchild native. This thing's a big beast, so it took a little while to load there. Let's see if we've got one for bass guitar, bass amp, bass heavy, bass light. Give me bass light. All right, let's hear this. Yes, I like what I'm hearing. Let me turn it off. Here it is on. It's so subtle, but I do like what I'm hearing. So we're going to leave that. The bass is high passed at 31. We'll actually bring that up to about 50. And let's hear everybody all together. Let's just hit save really quick. This video is approaching 32 minutes. We may cut it in a minute, but let's just hear this. With everything playing, I'm going to crank this up a little bit.
Young hearts, make sure you dance. Find a lover and burn yourselves in romance. Wild hearts, let's take a chance before you burn out and forget your plans.
Now, off camera, I'm probably going to have to check that bass with headphones. You know, my room is only so good with my Yamaha HS8, so I may check that bass guitar with headphones. The other thing I just heard is when I hit spacebar and I stopped the song, I could hear the reverb going, right? Like,
Before you burn out and
it didn't do it that time, but
just remember we all run away in the end.
yeah, I can hear it come off Craig's voice in the drums. It just makes me wonder if I have too much on. For funsies, I'm going to scale some reverb back off of his voice and off of these drums. I just don't want this to turn into The Cure. Nothing against The Cure. I just don't want a lot of reverb. I just want it to sound like a band in a room. All right, let's focus on the ending here. That was some killer drumming at the end there. Good. I love the ending. Let's hit save again. No, don't open a project. I feel like I'm getting multiple sclerosis when it comes to clicking with the mouse. Okay, let's just hear from here and then we'll shut this video down.
Whatever kind of life that you've been, it makes no difference once you're dead.
awesome. All right, well, we're going to cut this video off here. I can tell you a couple things. So we got these 3 Shannon vocals, which is the female vocalist. We're gonna spread them out in stereo. We've got this Cam Choir stuff, which is another vocalist. We're gonna stereo him out. There were some frequencies in the choir I didn't like. The woo. There was some mids that were getting away on us. I'm gonna tame them in. The snare, I think, needs some pull tech. I think the snare can be a little sharper, a little crisper for my tastes anyway. Yeah, everything's mono right now, so we need to spread some stuff up in the stereo spectrum a little bit. And these 3 chimes, it just bothers me from a standpoint of mixing. It bothers me that these 3 chimes are on 4 different tracks. It just, in terms of economy of, it's just a waste to have these 3 chimes. Or then I think they should be on 1 track. I just think it's a waste to have them on tracks 17, 18, 19, 20. So what I may do is I may pass those through my Warm Neve, which is my tracking gear here, and then through the LA2A, we'll compress them quite heavily, and then we'll put them through this Rupert Neve 542 tape sim, and then back into the DAW on 1 track. Even that, these 3 little guys on 1 track, on 4 is a total gluttony, but even on 1 track, it's a waste. I don't know. You wouldn't catch, bands of old that had, limited tracks doing that. But anyway, I'll deal with it. I'm going to cut this video off because we're almost 40 minutes now. Thanks for staying with me if you stayed with me. This is Quest for Gear, and yeah, it's fun. Fun session today. We're going to keep going. Thanks, everybody.